All right, welcome in. It is live from Higher Ground. Chad Brendel, David Simone, and 5 days in to training camp. Thought we'd get a little video up for you guys. Dave has been out for the weekend here at Higher Ground. I've been at all five, so amassed some thoughts and maybe go a little bit deeper than what you get in the practice reports. Dave, I'll start with you. You focused on the quarterbacks today. What did you see?
Quarterbacks looked pretty good once we broke down into 11 on 11. Only a couple turnovers, a couple touchdowns. I definitely thought Hayden looked the best. A lot of it was underneath stuff, which could be play calling, could be the defense, but seemed crisp, seemed to be quick with his decisions. Other than that, yeah, neither Gunner nor Ross really flashed a whole lot. I think Gunner had one touchdown, one interception. Off the top of my head, I'm not.
I think Ross had 1 and 2.
1 and 2, maybe, yeah. After practice, Tubbs still harping on the turnovers, which after last season and the other day when they had 6, can definitely
Makes
understand.
sense, yeah.
But I definitely thought Hayden had a very strong practice once they got into more of a regular team, game type situation.
The turnovers weren't there today, but the pass breakups were. I mean, I must have written down 15 of them on my note sheet. That was the story of the day for me.
There were a lot, and it's a similar theme to what I saw yesterday. The DBs, especially the corners, guys like Lyndon Stevens, Grant Coleman, Alex Thomas, they're really breaking on the ball hard. Some of that could be to some degree, they have a decent understanding of what's coming, but
You still got to make the play.
Right, you still got to make the play, you still got to see it, you still got to break on it. And just in general, the defensive backs have been impressive to me. All the safeties, Zach Edwards, Mike Tyson, Carter Jacobs, Malik Clements, young guy Perry Young's been rotating in.
James Wiggins.
James Wiggins had his 3rd interception of camp today in 11 on 11. So, it's been an issue the last couple seasons with guys not being able to stay healthy. If that can, reverse course this year, the future's bright, but also the guys that are there now are really flashing right now. So it's encouraging.
Defensive line, I would say, has been, when they have gone to the first unit, has been an impressive group. We talked about it yesterday. Cortez Broughton is really disrupting things up the middle. Alex Pace on the first play of 11 on 11 today beat Idarius Ray so bad that Coach J.B. Grimes pulled Idarius over for a friendly chat. Friendly chat after the play. And then Mark Wilson and Kamani Fitz on the outside have been creating some problems as well.
Mark Wilson's done some nice things the last 2 days that I've seen. I think today in 11 on 11, I would give a pretty decent edge to the offense.
Yeah.
That said, I did notice that the rush wasn't, as fierce as what it has been. Or as it was yesterday. So I'm thinking maybe they just, wanted to work more on the passing game, because yesterday the route running was very sloppy. So I think today they probably wanted to maybe dial back the pressure a little bit and work more on the route running, making sure that the passing game started to, get its timing down and things like that as they head into next week of practice.
Tubbs mentioned 2 guys, it sounds like, that are moving up on the offensive side of things are Avery Johnson, who, if you don't know, that used to be formerly Avery Peterson. It's now Avery Johnson. And then Braden Beard. Both of them looking, effective out wide and making a push for the top of the roster. As they're searching right now, you need 5, 6, 7 guys that you feel confident in helping you. And I think those 2 guys are moving up that list along with Khalil Lewis, Nate Cole, and Devin Gray.
Right. I think at this stage in the game, they're concentrating more on route running, being in the right spot, and less just on what actually happens during the play. When you have so many new guys, you need to find who your consistent players are going to be.
Sorry. Oh, you're all right.
Not as much who your game breakers are going to be in the first week of practice. So You're trying to figure out who can we trust, who's going to line up right, who's going to run the right route. And I think Beard and Johnson are 2 guys that Beard is excelling in the slot, short area plays, and Johnson's really making his hay kind of in the 5 to 12 yard range on either crosses or quick hitches, 7 to 10 yard outs, and he's Tubbs mentioned a couple drops today. I must have missed those because I've seen him. He's caught everything the 2 days I've been here. In one-on-ones earlier in the practice, he had a nice touchdown catch in the back corner that kind of deflected it up to himself and kept his concentration, got his feet down in the back of the end zone. So, like you said, with Lewis, Gray, and Cole kind of have already kind of put their foot down as maybe your 3 go-to guys. Those 2 definitely will help. And I think of the young guys, what I've seen in the 2 days I've been here is Jerron Rollins, I think, is the one to watch as the true freshman to get on the field at some point in your regular offensive sets.
I also wouldn't rule out Thomas Geddes, who has made a couple
he's
plays.
Just fast. I mean, he's the new Johnny's just fast. He's thin as a rail. His jersey's 3 sizes too big. But yesterday he had a deep ball, and today he had a nice 15, 20-yard crossing pattern in 7-on-7.
Consistency's not there yet for him.
No,
but the flashes of he can be really good.
And that's what you want to see from the young guys. You want to see that, hey, we were right in this evaluation, that they're throwing tons of stuff at him, but as long as you can see a couple plays here and there, then you know that they're starting to pick it up. And I think Rollins is definitely one that when he was in high school, he was running 7s and 9s and just using his sheer athletic ability to make plays, and now he's starting to run the full complement of routes we're going to see in this offense.
Well, and you can definitely see with him Wednesday, Thursday, his route running, he had no clue what he was doing.
Right, you said that to me earlier.
And now we're on Sunday, and it's starting to come to him, and it's starting to become a little bit more natural. He's getting a lot of looks with the 1s and 2s. I mean,
he has to.
They're pushing him to make him relevant this year.
He's a big, fast guy,
yeah.
And when you look at their group, that is kind of a spot that they are lacking, that they've had the last several seasons. Is he's that big, fast guy that can still take the top off the defense, but can do the underneath stuff as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I won't be able to be out any practices this week, but I'll be at the scrimmage in a couple weeks, and I'll be interested to see where he's gone from the last 2 days to that point.
Yeah, I mean, because through the first 5 days, the improvement has been drastic. So if he can continue that path, he could be in a position to slide into that, maybe that second team, or being a guy that if Khalil Lewis runs a go route or Devin Gray runs a go route, then he comes in on the next play.
Exactly.
And he's running with the 1s, and it's working pretty well for him so far. So happy with the defense so far. I think they definitely.
I do too. I mean,
they look the part.
They look bigger along the front. They look faster in the back end and getting to plays on the sidelines, like we talked about with the pass breakups. So, just want to keep seeing those things, and hopefully we can, reverse what we've seen the last couple years with the injuries, especially in the back end.
Yeah.
So.
And you have to give credit to the offense, because they were awful Friday. Yesterday they were better. They weren't great yesterday, but they were better yesterday.
They were better once they got into team setting.
And then today
I thought they were good. I mean, they maybe didn't score the touchdowns, but I thought just the crispness of the offense, there were not many incompletions. I mean, I think I had Hayden.
Well, except for pass breakups.
Right. There weren't many overthrows. There weren't any wrong routes. There weren't any things like that. I mean, I think at one point I had Hayden 6 for 8, and then maybe 8 for 10. As he was cycling through, mainly with the 1s in 11-on-11.
He was with the 1s today. Trail was with the 2s mostly.
Gunner did come in
but
at
we
the
did
end.
see Gunner at the end with the 2s.
So
which is the first time we've seen that.
That'll be one for you to watch.
Yeah, write that down.
This next week to see where that happens or where that goes. So just a general vibe I get is that I think this group is starting to develop a pretty good bond. There's a lot of camaraderie. Paisley banged a long field goal at the end of practice to keep everybody from running, so everybody celebrated that. And I noticed too today, and I didn't really catch it too much yesterday, but today there were a lot of guys that stayed after and did work in their position drills. A lot of receivers and DBs were on the jugs gun. I know I saw LBJ still out here working 25-30 minutes after practice on some pass rush stuff. So it seems like a tight-knit group so far over the first week. So, and we know how Higher Ground usually tends to bring the guys together. So
yeah. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. Dave Simone, Chad Brindle, BearcatJournal.com live Well, on tape, I guess.
Still
From Camp
five.
Higher Ground.